must watch, sir. So we removed all those scenes which are adult scenes. And of course, we have adapted the film to India. So it is Indian culture, it is our, our reality, our social surroundings. So all those changes are there. But we have tried to keep the spirit and the heart of the film the same.
సార్
చిరంజీవి గారు
ఇయర్స్
సార్ మీరు సినిమా చూశారు కదా, సో ఫస్ట్ టైం మీరు ప్రజెంట్స్ అని పేరు పడుతుంది. సో సినిమా చూసిన తర్వాత సో నేను రైట్ డెసిషన్ తీసుకున్నాను ఫీలింగ్ మీకు కలిగిందా?
ఈ సినిమా నేను ప్రజెంట్ చేయటం అనేది నేను గర్వించే స్థాయిలో ఉంటుంది. ఇట్స్ ఎ ఫీల్ గుడ్ మూవీ, చాలా హెల్దీ మూవీ. అండ్ ఆ విషయానికి వస్తే మాత్రం దానివి తొందరపడి ప్రజెంట్ చేయటం అనేది కాదు, చాలా గర్వంగా ఉంది, గర్వపడి పడే సందర్భం ఇది నాకు.
आमिर जी इधर इधर
हाँ जी.
आमिर भाई आप you never had a history of remaking the film in your career. What makes you to adapt this Forrest Gump?
No, actually, that is not accurate. Even Gajni was a remake. It was originally a Tamil film when we did it in Hindi. So I have done remakes before. In fact, I remember Dil Hai Ke Mante Nahi was a remake of It Happened One Night, 1934 film it was. And my first film, Qayamat Se Qayamat Tak, it is actually from Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet. So it is an adaptation in a sense of Romeo and Juliet, two warring families and the children will fall in love. So I don't have any reservations in doing adaptations or remakes because I feel that the material for me is new and me and the team is approaching it in a totally new way. And we are excited to tell the story. And then if we are excited to tell the story, then we make the film. Directing it myself? No, no, I didn't actually, no. I feel that at this point of time, I'm, quite excited working as an actor. And once I start directing, then I will stop acting, I feel. You see, Tare Zameen Par was the one film I directed, but it was a one-off. I was not meant to direct it. So it happened. But I feel that once I start directing, then I don't think I will come back to acting.
As a filmmaker, he's more than a director. So saying start camera, action, అదే డైరెక్షన్ అయితే కనుక దాన్ని మించి ఆయన.
Aamir ji,
Yes.
good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to Hyderabad.
Thank you so much.
And see, this film is highly celebrated across the globe.
That's right.
And you are a celebrity, particularly in this country,
Right.
on this land.
Right.
If you go back, this film has won a set of Academy Awards,
Ji.
which are so popular in the world. In 2011, Library of Congress has selected this Forrest Gump film for the preservation in registry of films in United States for its aesthetical values,
Right.
cultural values and
Right.
historical values.
Right, right.
Now this film in Telugu, our megastar, powerful star,
Yes.
our dear star is presenting here.
Yes.
And the film is releasing all across the world,
Yes.
I believe.
Yes.
Where this film virtually stand now, done by you with a lot of struggle for years and years, that really amounted to decades. Where this film does stand.
Well, I think that when the film is now ready to be released, and when I look back on what the script was and what Atul wrote as an adaptation, and I try to imagine that what was the journey we started on, what was in our mind, what were we going to make. When I look at the film today, I feel we have come quite close to that.
Okay.
I think we have come quite close to what we were attempting to make. So I think that I would like to thank the entire team actually. The entire team, the cast and crew, and especially I want to talk about Che while we are here. I was, we used to travel in the car together. We were shooting for 1 month in Kargil. Very difficult terrain, less oxygen, but we were always together. We used to go in the car and come back also in the car. Every day, 2 hours journey in the car, and we used to chat a lot and we used to talk a lot. And after about 15, 20 days, I said, I want to speak to your parents. He said, why? I said, you're such a well brought up child. He's so well behaved, sir. He's so hardworking, so professional. He's so talented. His understanding of what the character requires, his inputs and his hard work. It's like a dream, you know. He's a dream to work with. So I called up his mother, Lakshmi ji, and Nag, who's a friend of mine, and I said, you know, you'll have really brought him up well. You can be proud of him. So he's such a wonderful human. A lot of us are very talented people, sir. A lot of us are successful also. But very few of us are also good human beings, and I think Che is that for me. So in him, I found a friend who I can really feel close to.
And another important point. Yes, yes. See, you have completed the film and it is about to hit the screens.
Right.
All where.
Right.
You have watched and imbibed the sense and essence of the character done by Tom Hanks. And you also struggle to present a better way.
Right.
Finally, at last, whom do you rate to be better of the two? You or Tom Hanks?
You know, it's a very interesting question. The funny thing is that I saw the film, sir, in the 90s. I think released in 94. And I had seen it in the 90s, and I had seen it once or twice long back in the middle because it was one of my favorite films. I remember me and my friends, once more we had seen it, you know, on the VHS sometime. When Atul and I spoke about it 14 years ago, I had not seen it for many years actually. So he said, which is your favorite film? I said, one of them is Forrest Gump. And when he wrote the script within 2 weeks, I had no expectation that this script is going to be good or we will make it one day, sir. Because Atul is not a writer, sir. He's actually an actor. And he's never written a script. So I was not very sure that he will write something good. And he's a very close friend of mine. So I said, yes, I will hear it. Because I didn't want to hurt his feelings. I was thinking I will hear it, I will not like it, I will hurt his feelings. And Forrest Gump, we do not try to attempt to make because it's a classic. You know, it's not something that we think of making. So for 2 years, I did not hear his script.
Okay.
And after 2 years, he called me and said, please, now I understand you will never do my film, but at least hear it, I've written it. So I felt very bad and I said, no, I'll hear it today itself. Sir, I heard the script and I fell in love with it. The adaptation that Atul has written is so beautiful and he's captured the character so well and the relationships so well. And it is such a life-affirming story. And it is a story of a character who has no negative thing in him at all. He's only got positive thoughts. Pure character. So it's got such a, I was so attracted to that I really wanted to do that. And it is a little odd, I don't know how many of you may believe this or not, but when we decided to make the film, sir, and we got the rights and everything, not once did Advait and me sat down and watched the film and said, okay, now how to make this? Sir, not once did we watch the film. Not once. Neither me as an actor to see how Tom Hanks has performed, and I'm a big fan of Tom Hanks. He's done a wonderful job. But somehow, I was not trying to do what he was doing. And actually, to be honest, I was not even playing Forrest. I feel I was playing Laal. And I think Laal is a slightly different character. You know, he's not exactly like Forrest, if you know what I mean, because of the adaptation, because of our cultural differences. Our emotional key is also slightly different. So I think what came out is, so I was not actually comparing myself with him. And I would not like to also, because he's a great actor and I don't think it would be right of me to do that. But so we have done what we, thought was right. Once or twice, sir, during the shooting, because it's a very tough film to make. Once or twice, sir, in the film, we were like, how did they do it? Can we just check? Okay, after finishing that. No, sir, while shooting, sir. So we used to see because the film is available nowadays on online. So on the shooting, we used to see 1 or 2 shots and scenes to see how they have done it. Sometimes it helped us. Sometimes it did not because we were doing something else, But we didn't really sit down and watch the film as such. So, yeah.
Aamir Khan garu, you must have seen.
Excuse me. To recall, Atul Garu is Atul Kulkarni Garu,
Atul
who's
Kulkarni,
worked in Telugu cinema also.
Yeah, he's done a
Telugu
lot of.
cinema lo chesaru.
In fact, if I'm not mistaken, sir, he was going to, when we spoke at night, next day he was leaving for a Telugu film shooting. and that Telugu film schedule got cancelled. So he got 2 weeks free. So in that 2 weeks, sir, he sat at home and wrote the adaptation. Yeah.
అమీర్ ఖాన్ గారు
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
అమీర్ ఖాన్ గారు యు
Sorry, one second. I'll just take from the lady, then I'll come to you. Yeah.
My question to Mr. Aamir Khan. Hi, I'm Taruna from NTV.
Yes.
So my question is, you said it's a family entertainer. So did your daughter has seen this movie already? You have shown your daughter?
My daughter Ira, she has told me she will see this movie only once, and I have tried to show it to her many times because I have shown it to everyone in the family, my mother and everyone. But Ira is a very emotional person, sir. So she said, it's a very moving movie, and I want to see it when it's finally complete. So she's waiting for the final copy to be out to watch it.
Yeah. So just now Chiranjeevi sir told that you get all the technicians together and there is a workshop where they are trained, and what all is missing, you just add that essence to the film. So I just want to ask out of curiosity, since you have so many years of experience in multiple things, why do you do this? This is because of competition, or this is because of perfection, or it is Aamir Khan style? What is that?
No, I don't know how else to do it. I don't know how else to do it. Yeah, this is the only way I know how to work. No, it's just that actually for me, it's not work, it's fun and play and games. And so I get excited by stories. I was telling Chiranjeevi Garu earlier today that I was born in a filmmaking family. My father was a producer and my uncle was a director, producer. So we used to have a lot of writers and directors coming to pitch the story to us, to my father and uncle. And I used to love listening to stories. Every child, likes to listen to stories. So when the writer used to come and the story should start, I used to come from the room and I used to quietly sit down on the corner of the hall, and I used to listen to the story. And I must have heard hundreds of stories. Sometimes 5-minute narrations, sometimes just the idea, sometimes